In this video, I'm going to have an honest conversation about the Tesla series that I started back in March earlier this year. Firstly, to rip it off like a bandage, yes, this series is coming to an end about 1/3 the way through. But there's a list of several reasons why I had to come to this hard decision, and I'm going to be as transparent as possible during this video and even get a little bit vulnerable. For one, and possibly the most influential reason as to why I made this decision, is simply that I probably just can't afford the Tesla. Like, even when I hit the $50,000 goal, I probably still cannot afford the car. Like, I could, but not comfortably. So right now I'm going to go over a lot of my finances just to break it down and actually show you where I'm coming from with this. So yeah, making $1,000 a week on DoorDash and $3,000 a month on YouTube. That's obviously $7 grand a month. The problem is that's not all profit. After rent and utility, gas from doing all the DoorDash, my Roth IRA monthly deposit, my car insurance, my gym membership, now I'm looking at only $3,900 a month in savings, but YouTube isn't free either. Not even including all the equipment or props I buy for my content. Like camera equipment, like a laptop I recently bought for editing on the go, stuff like that. I pay a music subscription for the music that I use in my videos, as well as everything Adobe for editing, Amazon Prime for props and videos, Spotify for, obviously I drive, 50 hours a week, and that all comes out to about $100 a month. Not to mention I was paying my editor about $800 a month to put together my weekly videos, because without an editor, I would have to sacrifice my sleep and health to put together my own content, given the fact that some weeks making $1,000 on DoorDash took over 60 hours alone. So after all those expenses, I was really only saving about $3,000 a month. And then you add taxes on top of that, and the fact that every single video I was uploading recently has underperformed the last video by about 5,000 views, getting to the point where the videos aren't even covering the amount that I spent to pay my editor to put those same videos together. And then you realize it's a lot harder to actually save up that $50,000 in cash. So you think about how much the car payment would be on top of the insurance, being a 22-year-old man driving that car. It just would not be enough to justify buying the Tesla. Paying an editor to put together my videos was a huge time saver, and he was really great at doing so. He really replicated my style in a really authentic way. And this felt like this was pretty much the only way that I would actually be able to hit that $1,000 a week goal with DoorDash, because putting my own videos together would typically take 2 days out of the entire week. But this is what comes first, the quality of the content that I produce. And since I was actually less involved in my own content, I was less passionate, I wasn't really trying to get new shots, I wasn't really trying to tell a new story, make things really entertaining, and it became extremely repetitive and sort of the same thing every single time. Hence why every single video I've uploaded, the past 7 episodes have consistently underperformed the last. And I know a lot of people will argue oh, don't look at the numbers, don't worry about the views, but the numbers don't lie. And I really encourage any creator out there to look at the data and not necessarily just see the comments on face value, because a lot of times only 1%, maybe 2% of the people who watch your videos actually usually comment. And so if the silent majority consistently is not really watching your videos, if you can see that a lot of your subscribers are consistently not clicking the content, it's not really pushing out to anybody new, chances are it's just getting boring, or the silent majority isn't finding that as entertaining anymore. And it feels very difficult to actually attract new viewers in the middle of a series like this, because obviously people are much more inclined to watch the start of a series, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it feels new, it feels fresh. And they typically stop watching after that, and then they'll come back at the end of the series, to actually see you get the Tesla, but they're not really interested in watching the middle, for the most part, because it's essentially the same thing. New viewers aren't going to start watching episode 20, for example, because they've missed so much context from the previous episodes, and they don't want to go back and watch and start over, because every single video is the same. I picked up a DoorDash order, I delivered the DoorDash order, okay, I waited around, I didn't get any DoorDash orders. What the fuck am I doing? The only entertaining part apparently of my latest videos is when my sister was in the video. You weird motherfuckers. Look at this retention graph. You guys are down bad. I even tried to go to St. Louis to make things more interesting. I tried to market the video a little differently. It was dashing in the most dangerous city in America, because statistically it is. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun, but I definitely fumbled and the video sucked. This video right here, it was probably one of the worst videos I put on the channel in the last year. The pacing was bad, the intro was uninteresting and unengaging. A lot of the premise of the video was based on the fact that you already knew who Pedro was, which doesn't really invite new viewers. It was really drawn out, it was too much filler, I didn't really convey any sort of story. It was just bad, to be honest, it was fucking terrible. I lost $1,500 on that trip and I didn't even make a good video. That one kind of stung. These are the tough conversations you have to have with yourself as a creator. If you stand behind your work no matter what, you'll literally can never get better. Like, you deserve the amount of views you're getting. So if you have a video that underperforms, like literally 99% of the time, it's because that video either sucked, the marketing wasn't good, the title wasn't good, the thumbnail wasn't engaging. There's something wrong with that video. DoorDash isn't really like, I shouldn't even have to say this, but DoorDash is not what gets me up in the morning. Like, I don't want to sound like a little bitch or nothing, but it's kind of like depressing, like waking up every day doing DoorDash when I have the opportunity that I've wanted for like 10 plus years right in front of me. Like there's no creative process for this type of content long term. And the most successful content creators in this niche just recycle old content or just make really repetitive, low quality content. And no disrespect, like don't hate the play or hate the game, but that's definitely the game. Upload frequently, and if there's nothing to talk about, just find an old video where you talked about something before that was kind of interesting and then talk about it again, but remarket the video. Like, that's essentially what it is. There's literally 3 types of videos out there. How to make money. Okay. It's food delivery. Like, there's really like not a lot of strategy. Like, sure there is, but it's like you could watch like literally 1 or 2 videos and know everything you need to know about DoorDash, stuff like that, Uber Eats, whatever. Okay, so how to make money. Okay. All right. Complain about no tip customers. Okay. Got that. I think there's plenty of content out there for that. And lastly, complain about how much DoorDash pays you. Okay, that's pretty much all of them. Yes, I've been guilty of all 3, by the way. But guys, that kind of stuff is just not for me. I talked about this once before where I made other kind of content other than DoorDash, and I pretty much stopped DoorDash altogether. And I did this for, I think, 2 months or so. I made some good videos. I made some that were pretty bad. But I gave up right when I was just starting to learn everything, before I actually had the chance to grow as a creator. So that's why I'm making this video today, to announce that I am no longer making DoorDash content. I'm gonna give it my all and not look back, because life is too short to do the things that you don't truly want to be doing. And let's be honest, being a DoorDash driver, it gives you this false sense of having some sort of control, but you cannot create value as a DoorDash driver. If you're not delivering food, you're not making any money. There is no future with this kind of work, and more than likely in the next 3 to 5 years, this probably won't even still be a thing. I cannot connect with people in the way that I would like to being a food delivery driver, being held back by DoorDashing 60 hours a week to get by, again, not creating value. That doesn't mean I'm quitting DoorDash entirely. I'm still going to work likely part-time, maybe 10 to 20 hours a week, but I am going full-time on YouTube. No more having other people put together my videos. All these ideas are coming straight from my cranium, and I'm ready to make some videos that will blow your socks off. Here's a video I made 6 months ago that I thought the idea was a little bit lame, but the execution was decent. But if you guys missed it, check it out in the meantime. For those of you who are joining me as I take a new direction, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and we are going to the moon, baby. For those of you who subscribe for just DoorDash, there's channels like Pedro, there's channels like Hannibal is Hungry, like Trevor's Deliveries, that are all good content creators in this space that I would recommend. And I thank you for joining me up until this point. So nerds, it's gonna be about a week or 2 for me to get everything ready and get everything together for you. I've got a lot of work to do, but anyways, I'll see you guys soon. Follow me on Instagram for updates. I'll see you guys next time.